All right, to talk more about this, we're now being joined by Raven D'Souza, who is the Executive Managing Editor of Times Kuwait. Mr. D'Souza, thanks very much indeed for talking to us this evening. Can you give us more details of what's happened on the ground? 40 Indians are dead in that fire. How many people were in that building? What were the circumstances that led to this, if there is any more information coming out?
Yeah, thank you very much. We all woke up here in Kuwait to this tragic news today morning. I think the fire started somewhere in the early hours of 3:15 a.m. and lasted for a whole hour and a half before the fire brigades could contain the fire. Obviously, there were some violations that were in the building. It was an overcrowded building which was housed for laborers camp, people who worked. It's called labor camp. People who worked in the oil field, and so obviously this did increase the number of deaths. The cause of the fire exactly is not known, but it is assumed that it was a gas cylinder burst. But in the months of summer, peak temperatures have not yet been reached, but we do have fires due to short circuits and rising temperatures. So this also has not been ruled out. Obviously, many of them could not escape. They were trapped in the building. They were like sitting ducks. So it was unfortunate, but immediate action has been taken in terms of giving them health care in various hospitals. There are some still in ICU. I think among the many people, almost 50 above, who passed away, the majority are Indians. And, the numbers, and as you mentioned earlier, they are still being counted and identified because of the gravity of the disaster. This is a disaster a huge magnitude proportion for Kuwait. We've never had something like this in the recent past. So it's really unfortunate, and the government has been very quick, as you've seen. I think Prime Minister Modi also tweeted, but His Highness the Amir Sheikh Mishal has asked for immediate action and to avoid future such disasters taking place. So this has opened their eyes about various violations that have been taking place in terms of residential and commercial buildings.
Right. Mr. D'Souza, if you can throw some more light on this area in Mangaf city. Is this an industrial city? There seem to be adjacent buildings one after the other. As you were saying, that they house, a lot of refugee camps as well.
An industrial area. It's where industrial workers, because it's very close to the oil town, Ahmadi, and where all the refineries are there, Shuaiba. So it's one of the closest. So obviously it's the most convenient place to house workers who otherwise would not be able to stay where they work. But overcrowding and overcramping has been a problem in the past, and as the minister has mentioned, greed. But we are still waiting for the full investigation. It's something unexpected and unfortunate, and probably never happened. Incident like this never happened in the history of Kuwait in terms of fire. We've seen big fires, but not such number of deaths. So it's really very sad for all of us. There are 1 million Indians working and living in Kuwait. So this has really sent shockwaves to the community and to various households and their families back home, from Kerala to all over India.
Will be stock taking in this, and it looks like a clear case of negligence on the face of it. The Deputy Prime Minister has also visited the site. I assume that there will be coordination between your authorities and the Indian authorities at the embassy as well.
Yeah, actually, the embassy has provided all sorts of counselor or let's say help support. But the government of Kuwait is already on top of it. I think they've acted quickly. They've acted swiftly. They have, directed all departments to, activate emergency measures so that they will be treated in the best of hospitals obviously free of charge, and they are taken care of. Now, the investigation, the embassy, of course, has its role limited. They will just support. It's not that the workers were not paid, or they were. The company also will take the responsibility in terms of taking care of their whatever requirements. But the tragedy is just very, very sad that it beyond what we any small incident that normally happens, maybe a small cylinder blast or some fire which can be contained. This is a huge proportion for us.
Right, absolutely.
And so we are really sad about it. Yeah.
Absolutely, a huge proportion and major tragedy. There are 40 Indians killed. Raven D'Souza, Executive Managing Editor of the Times Kuwait. Thanks very much indeed for joining us at this moment.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.